guys, welcome back to my channel. This is probably about a week time since I've done some of my runs. It is of course raining outside. Wait, this is a little bit hard to see. Yeah, completely raining out. So the option is to do a workout on my treadmill, and I'm kind of happy about it because to be honest, I've been running and skipping outside, and I love outside, but there comes a time and a place where your body just, needs something different and a little bit of change. And when you're running on a treadmill, you're not being expelled forward, so it uses different muscles, it uses different joints, everything else is different. So so that's what's happening here for my workout today. I also just got my second shot, my vaccination shot, and I actually slept into 1 o'clock today. Kind of crazy. I was up at 9 and then I went back to bed and I was asleep until that time. But it's at the end of the day, it's huge and important to listen to yourself. And I thought about going for a run this morning, but when it wasn't raining outside. But I was just like, you know what? If it rains, I have the treadmill. I just actually re-lubricated the treadmill belt. I've never done that in my life, and I was like, oh, come on, I was getting frustrated. I'm like, no, I'm gonna be hours later to start my workout. But in the end, it was actually fairly simple. Just searched up some YouTube videos on how to lubricate a Horizon treadmill. That's the one that I've used. One thing that I want to talk about before I get into my workout today is working out on a budget. I'm a student. Well, I have 1 year left in school. I'm currently working on an internship, so I'm at that point in my life that I'm saving money. And a lot of people think, when you're younger, like to go and get a gym membership. That's super expensive. I think I've gotten 2 gym memberships in my life, which I've had to cancel because I just didn't use them. Now, I did for a little bit, but the thing is when you find your niche in a workout, you don't have to go and have a gym membership, all these luxury things that cost lots and lots of money. Having a gym membership costs so much money it was too expensive. Yeah, there's the novelty of being with people and going to do it, but there's a lot of things that you could do outside of the gym. For example, if you're renting a space, or if you're staying, if you're at your parents' place or whatnot, the garage is kind of, unless it's being used with something else, it's the best option for working out. In the winter, I work out in the garage all the time. Right now, I'm inside the garage. And how do I do it? I have on a Horizon treadmill. Most people would be like, okay, that probably costs $400+. Some treadmills even cost $1,000. Now, what did I do? I sourced this on Kijiji. Bought it for $100, I believe, or maybe $150, and came with the silicone, came with the pump, came with the right tools to get this working. And so as long as I do maintenance, I keep the power off, which sometimes I forget to unplug it. But so as long as you put it away, this one actually folds up. So here I can show you. So it's just like this. And you go, and then voila! So it actually doesn't take up too much space, which is super handy because I always think that having a treadmill down like this, people are going to want to store stuff on it, or you're going to want to store stuff on it because it takes up room. So the best is to do that. But so this in total, plus I have I've been given, my boyfriend got me a yoga mat. I've had yoga mats and those are like $20 or even less. I've actually gone to a thrift store and bought my weights. So all I use is 5-pound weights for my workouts. I could be using more, but I've used bricks in the backyard doing workouts. That costs absolutely nothing. And the weights that I've got, I actually got a used store $2 for them. So my point in the matter is if you like rowing, I also a biking machine. One of my great friends gave me their old biking machine when they were done. Also, this I can show you over here. It's this contraption that also Susan gave to me, which was very nice. It's like one of these things. Let's see if I can show it. Like that. And you basically hook your bike up to it, and it gives you the idea of making your bike turns it into a biking machine because your bike stays in place. I don't use that as much as I did just because I find the tension doesn't work as well as I would like it to. But in the past I've used Kijiji, I've used Facebook, and there people are always selling stuff. In the winter, it will be more expensive to source these things. So in the summer, if you're trying to look at it for in the winter, start sourcing in the summer, and you'll definitely be able to get these things for the winter. It really depends on where you live too. I live in Canada, so the winters are pretty harsh. Sometimes going running in 4 feet of snow, well maybe not 4 feet, but 3 feet of snow or 2 feet of snow, and in minus 30 sometimes, not ideal. So that's the whole idea that I like to do. Yeah, I always thought it was impossible to own a treadmill. I was like, I want a treadmill, and I was gonna buy one new, and it was gonna be like almost $1,000. And you know, I'm a student, and I'm just at the point of my life where I'm trying to save. So I decided to, you know, what is the best economical way to stay fit, stay active, but then also not break the bank, and not kind of counteract them all. And then for the rest of my workouts, I do them outside. So the outdoors is the biggest track and field area that you have. Also, if you're at school, the benefits of that, the gym, usually you have a free pass to, so fully take advantage of that if you can. And also, usually there's a track and field or area too. If you're into rowing, the gym's always good too. I source rowing machines too. People are selling these things too because people buy it, try to do a workout routine, don't do it, or they injure themselves, don't want it, and then these things take up space. But then you can just reuse them and they're good as new. So if you're out at school, then take advantage. And then usually when you stop school, then maybe look into ways that you can work out at home. Now for the atmosphere of going to the gym, maybe that's like your thing, then try to budget it out in the best way. Or if you want to have, you know, friends do it, or that atmosphere of doing it with friends, if you're in an area with your friends, you know, set up your garage, put down yoga mats, put down rubber mats, whatever you need to do to make it like a workout space. Put up mirrors, and then you can actually just have your friends come over to your place and do it together. For example, tomorrow I am meeting, she's kind of a new friend, and we're gonna go kayaking together, and that's gonna be my workout because it's gonna be a really good arm workout. So the idea is, try to do things outside of the box for your workout, and the most ethical way that you can and economical. It doesn't need to be $65 a month to have the latest plan plus tanning or something like that. Yes, I do miss the tanning, but I'll explain more on beauty stuff and things like that later on. There's different tips and tricks around that as well. But yeah, I definitely don't think you have to be the richest person in the world to stay fit. I definitely think it's the most opposite. I do think gyms are incredible. There's some gyms that I love all the perks. Like I've seen ones that have pools, and I think that's incredible to have those different options. And it's not my diss against gyms and their prices. And when you go to gyms, there's different memberships, and there's ones that can actually be good and beneficial. So this is not a video against gyms by any means, but it's showing you how you can work out at home and stay fit, especially with this last year in a pandemic. It was a little bit different, and you kind of have to most people had to think kind of outside of the box for their workout routines, or just stop. And my thing is to not stop working out. But besides that, there is another aspect too for terms of clothing. So right now I am just wearing probably not the most nicest outfit, These shorts, I just were, I can't even remember where I got them from, but, so most of my workout stuff, my favorite workout stuff is probably Lululemon, like as anyone. But there's a lot of other good brands like Puma and Nike and Under Armour. They have great stuff. This one's Fila. But did I buy this brand new? No. The best place to get Lululemon is, I find, at Plato's Closet. That's here in Ontario. So there's Plato's Closet, and then there's a lot of other places that you can go to. There's a lot of consignment stores, and people might think it's gross or whatever when you're buying workout clothes at a consignment store, but I like to think differently. When I go to a consignment store, of course, especially after this pandemic, I bring the clothes home and wash them, give them a good wash, and after that, I wear them. And why do I get them, my workout clothes, from a consignment store? Well, my workout clothes go through the ringer. I work out every day, so they get washed. If I probably have five to seven outfits for like for winter, and they get washed a lot. So, and they get used a lot. They go through mud, they go through rain, they go through snow, they go through everything. The one thing that I don't buy used is my running shoes. I did do that at one point, and they lasted probably about maybe 2 months, and I was like, okay. So when it comes to my running shoes, that's one of the most important things. It's for your feet. Right now, the running shoes that I'm wearing are these. They're Nike. I'm not sure what the brand are, but they're one of my favorites because they have like this back thing here, and that just gives extra spring. It reminds me of like the Nike Air, which I used to have a pair from like way back when. But I usually like Nike or the Solemn are the other ones that I wear outside and on trails, because they have the spikes at the bottom, or not the spikes, but like the grip at the bottom to, if you're gonna slip, they just really help. So running shoes are the one things that I buy brand new. That can be expensive because they can be $100, but I save on other places. So for my work clothes, for my and especially for my workout clothes, like I work out a lot, but I hate, like I do like to look good when I work out, but I'm usually like sweating like a crazy person by the end of it. They go through so much that I never buy my workout clothes new, never, because they just will get wrecked in the end anyways. But I do like to wear nice things, so and have nice proper workout clothes. So the other day I went to Plato's Closet, Plato's Closet, and they had a bunch of Lululemon, and I definitely love Lululemon for working out because the fabric is just very thick and they last long and they catch the sweat perfect. And I like actually wearing their their leggings to just like do homework in or whatnot. So when I get them there, they have been slightly used, but they are $30 instead of the price of $100, and I can still have nice workout clothes and be able to have brand names that I really love. So I definitely am a huge person to go to thrift stores. I think thrift stores or consignment stores are one of the best places to go when it comes to getting workout clothes, because when you can find them in good condition, then they last a lot longer, and when their life cycle's done, you haven't spent $100 and then you can just go back and get another pair of whatever. A lot of people just bring their clothes there because they've gained weight, or like they've lost weight, or they don't like the style anymore. You can also bring your own clothes there. I've done that in the past and get money for them. So it's one of my favorite places to buy things. Another place that I like to get workout clothes and whatnot is always Winners, because they have brand names that are a lot cheaper than you would get online or get in the actual store. But yeah, the idea is for when it comes to working out, you can still have the brand names, you can still have really good quality things, but you don't have to buy them brand new. Sometimes a double wash is the best way to go because you don't know what someone's been in. I tend to, well, that's a big word of a lie. I would say I would tend to stay away from Rust, but there has been some really nice Sports Rust that I bought that have been used. I just have double washed them. Yeah, I probably wouldn't buy bathing suits, but that's just my preference. And running shoes, I tried once, it didn't work. But at the end of the day, there's definitely ways around it. And also there's cheap athletic wear too online as well that you can go for. But there's what my point is you can still look good when you work out. You can still have really nice quality things, but without having to make your workout and your whole workout thing cost so much. Between the gym, between your gym bag, between your running shoes and your workout clothes, it can really add up, and it can seem like, why bother even doing it when it's going to cost so much? It can be done very simply and very easily, and especially when you're younger, I think no matter how much money you make, you know, like it doesn't, like if you're making a lot of money, I still think, and maybe this is the Scottish in me, and I've learned through life, it's always, I will always be almost frugal with my money, and not to be like, oh, because I'm making so much now, then I'm gonna buy like, you know, $700 worth of clothes or whatnot. I don't see the purpose in doing that when you can buy things that are used that are look just as good as you would when you bought them brand new. And I think that's the best way to live. And then you can just save more. And I think, you know, when I was younger, when I was first living on my own, I didn't know too much about money, hardly anything. It would be my first year of university, and I would go on shopping sprees and buy like, I don't know, $250 worth of clothes with my friends, and didn't feel guilty or bad for it but at that point I wasn't making a lot of money, and I didn't really understand the whole, I was like 18 or even younger, 18, didn't really understand the whole idea of saving and trying to purchase things that were cheaper. And slowly along the way, I've met a lot of people. My dad has always been someone who's been frugal. I have Scottish in my blood, so the kind of cheap Scottish personality has rubbed off on me. And I'm always frugal. And also living on your own. When I first lived on my own, I was kind of starting off with nothing, and you realize how much groceries cost. And at that point I was vegan, so I can tell you groceries were double the amount that they are when I'm not vegan. I'm not against vegans by any means, but I know how much it saves the bank account when you're not. Meat fills you up a lot more than tofu for me. And all these different products cost a lot more. Cheese can be close to $3. Vegan cheese, $10. So there's a huge gap in the pricing for that. And I wish it was changed, because I think, yeah, of course, there's the manufacturing process, but it makes it difficult to be a full vegan and save money. So yeah, learning how much groceries cost, how much it costs like to transportation, how much it costs like for a car, and paying for gas, and the cost of rent, and then trying to save on top of that. And at that point in my life, I was working a minimum wage job, so was a lot. I found when I was making less money, saving was harder to do. So when you start to make a little bit more money, you value it more. You see it as like, okay, I've worked this much hours. This is my hard, like a lot of my time has been spent to this, and then also paying for my own school too, and knowing that like because I was living on my own, I knew that I would right now I would have to pay for school, so budgeting that out as well. So seeing the whole realm of how much things were. Really, for my first 2 years, my parents paid for me, and when I saw that, I was like, I still tried to get very high grades, but I didn't appreciate it as much as when I paid for it my own. And I think that's one of the biggest lessons too, when you like, I left home at 19, and when you start to fully live on your own and see how much things are worth and how to budget yourself out, you really understand the entire, you understand how life works. And then you appreciate everything you do that much more, instead of, having your parents cover it for you. And my parents have done a lot, but I do think it was a very hard lesson. I remember there was and this is not a guilt trip or anything, but I remember there was a point in my life that I had to try to keep tomatoes because I bought 5 tomatoes or something like that, and I froze them because I wanted to make sure that I had enough food for the week. P.S. Freezing tomatoes does not work. But I learned that the hard way. So at the end of the day, it's my point in the matter is you can budget and and have a workout routine, whether it be by yourself in a garage or with people in the garage, or even outside. You can go to a local park, do monkey bars that cost absolutely nothing instead of lifting weights. So that's the thing at the end of the day. And there's a whole slew, and which I will probably get into soon, a whole slew of workout videos to do if you're doing abs or if you're doing whatever, and they're absolutely free. So instead of hiring a trainer, I do think I did at one point when I was at school, I did hire a trainer to learn what worked best for my body, and that cost $100, and I think that was well worth it because I got to know what worked for me and to get my best weight loss goals. So I think with anyone who is new to working out or doesn't know what's best for their body, I think going and getting advice from a trainer is worth it. Definitely worth it. But at the end of the day, what my point is don't make money an excuse to prevent you from working out. There's ways around it. And if you have any more questions,